Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the third lab session of week three.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, yeah, so I think someone is raised your hand. One second. Oh, yeah, Rohit, do you want to ask something? You raised the hand. Okay, so before starting the session, if anyone have any query specific about week three, because now the deadline of week three is 26, so week three is now going to over, and then we will start from the week four. So if any query from week three or any doubt, you can ask, you can raise your hand, and then we will take your query one by one. Yes, Ans, go ahead.
Sir, I am facing difficulty in the programming assignment.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help with at least one practice assignment to how to do?
Okay, okay. So one sample assignment you want to. Okay. Yes, sure, sure. I'll just give the demo.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, let me share my screen. Yes, Anura. What's your
Good
query?
evening, sir.
Good evening.
So, actually, in week three practice assignment,
Mm-hmm.
uh, programming practice assignment question number three, uh, it's showing that I have passed only 4 private tests out of 5.
Okay, 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 sure. I'll come on that. Okay, so first thing I want to
Hello,
give. Yeah. Hello.
sir. I have a doubt.
Yeah, Vishar.
Sir, actually, whenever I used to click on week three assignment in graded ones, sir, programming ones, sir,
Mm-hmm.
whenever I used to type anything on it, it never types anything.
Okay, okay. So I'm just explaining how to submit the programming assignment. Just check it, and if you have some query, then ask. Okay. So maybe you are
Okay,
not
sir. Okay.
following the correct procedure. Okay. So I hope
Okay,
my
sir.
screen is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So suppose I'm opening one programming assignment from week three. Okay. So this is the interface for programming assignment. So PPA means practice programming assignment, and these assignments are not graded. Okay, and GRPA means graded programming assignment, and these questions are graded. That means that these assignment will be considered for the marks, graded marks. So for PPA, like first thing you can see the problem statement on the top, okay, and you can read the statement carefully. And after that, some one sample input is also given. So what type of input we are giving and what type of output we are getting from the program. Okay, so this problem is basically we are asking that program to calculate the sum of the first and natural number. You are given an integer n. Okay, so here we are giving in the input integer value. Calculate the sum of the first n natural numbers and store the result in the integer variable sum. Okay, so your task is to calculate the sum of first n natural number. That means 1 to n. Then store the result into a integer variable. The name of the variable is sum. So here when you open first time, okay, so this editor will actually be the blank. You have to choose the language first. Okay, in the first this drop down box you have to choose the language. So there is only one language you can see in the drop down, and after selection of the language, now you can see some code is already coming in your screen.
Sir,
Hmm.
please maximize the screen, sir.
Okay, one second.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is fine.
Yes, sir, it's fine.
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Okay, so you will see this type of a screen when you open the first tab of this PPA. Okay, so this gray part is actually called the fixed code. Okay, so initial part is called the prefix code, and the lower part is called the suffix code. And this is fixed code. You cannot change this, and also do not try to remove this. Okay, so you need to write your solution code in between this line number 8, where the white space is there. Okay, so don't try to
Sir, but
change.
here also nothing type, sir.
No, you can easily type. I am also typing. You can see.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think it's glitched, sir.
No,
Sir, I have
no. Which
sent
question? Which
mail with
question you are
screen
talking about?
recording, sir.
You sent the mail to which one?
Sir, to a support system, sir.
Support. So which question you
Yes,
are
sir.
facing this
The
issue?
support.
One second. Can you share your screen?
Sir, wait a second, sir. I have to open, sir.
Sir, please tell me the name, sir. Upper and lower name, sir.
Actually, in general, in during the configuration, we call this upper part, which is coming inside the gray block. Okay, so this is a prefix code. This is not the term which is useful to you. Okay, and the lower part is called suffix code basically. Okay, and you need to write the solution code in between where the white spaces you can see. Okay, so you cannot update anything which is available as a fixed code. So this is the way of configuration these problems. So we have configured some prefix and suffix as a fixed part, and you need to write the code in the line number 8. But suppose if you see that there is only one line, but if you want to write more than one line, so how you will write? So simply when you typed in this line, press enter, you can see this line is one new line is added. Okay, so you can add as many of line which how many of you want according to your solution code. So just press the enter, you can see this is new line is adding in this space, and you can write your code. Okay,
Sir, can I share now?
one second. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
Sir, can I
yes.
share now?
Yes, yes.
Sir, you will sir. Sir, I'm typing, but nothing is typed on it.
Just share your screen first.
Hello.
Hello, Rohit.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
yes.
wait, sir. Wait,
Yes,
wait,
sir.
sir.
I also type, but not typing, sir. Any word.
Okay, let me check the first one. Which question you are talking about? Any particular question or each question?
Sir, each question, sir.
Okay, can you open? Can you share someone? Hello, what happened? Yeah, so are you sharing your screen or not? Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, so as I said that why are you typing line number 7? Just click on the line number 9. Type here. Okay, and press enter after typing something and press enter. You can see you can type anything here. Yeah, Rohit. Rohit.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay, so this is the thing. Just click on the white space which is
Yes, sir.
visible
Yes, sir.
in between, and you can
Hello,
type.
sir.
Yes,
Thanks a
Rohit.
lot, sir.
Sir, how to solve this type question, sir? Mm, not
Huh.
any idea to solve this type question.
This type question of the which I mentioned suffix. 1 second. I'll say.
How to code, sir?
Mm-hmm.
What I write and not idea anything, sir.
Huh. So because of that, we are starting from the basic things. So in week 3, we have started some basic syntax. What is operator? What is variable? Okay, so this type of things. And initial week also, week 1 and week 2, we are talking about this storage space or
Week three assignment so difficult, but not understood anything, sir.
so are you talking about programming assignment?
Week three assignment so difficult, sir. Not understood anything.
So have you watched all the videos lecture and are you joining the live sessions?
Yes, sir. I watch every video and every lecture, sir, per day, but not understood anything.
Okay. So uh, you're talking about theory assignment also, no?
Yes, sir.
Apart from programming assignment.
Sir,
Okay.
theory ones are easy, but sir, coding ones are hard, sir, as
Yes, sir.
compared to
Coding
class.
theory is sir, yeah,
Yes, sir.
As
but coding is so hard, sir.
sir, sir, even for week four codings are so hard, sir.
Week 4. Okay. So before week 4, we will talk
Sir, week
about the
three
week
also,
3.
sir.
Okay. So
Sir,
before
as
the
compared
coding,
to codings that are taught us to in class, sir, in theory classes, sir, I have watched each and every lecture, but there are of much easier level as we are facing in the graded assignments, sir.
so I'm coming on that. Actually, there is no single formula we can use for the programming assignment. First
So
thing.
no, before any idea to how to solve this type
Huh.
questions,
Sir,
coding is
I guess there's some repetition in week 3 and 4 because there's no drastic change in the coding questions.
Hmm.
So, if you could just give us some more questions of coding because, I respect others' opinion, but I feel it's too basic, the
So
coding
actually,
part.
Yes, sir.
if any contents is not covered, so in week 3, what we have taught just operator and variable these type of
Oh,
content.
okay,
Okay,
yeah.
so because
Yes,
of
sir.
that,
Yes, sir.
we give only the basic simple single statement type
And
of programming
got it,
assignment.
sir. And sir, before I forget, in week 3 itself, in practice question, there were two questions, question 1 and 2, which you said that you will revert back on that. There was a question, MCQ question, related to the conversion of float to int and into float is explicit or implicit. If
Okay,
you could
okay.
just
So
explain that.
did you ask these questions in the Friday session or Saturday session?
Sir, unfortunately, I couldn't attend the last class, but I asked you this question in the last to last class.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll discuss all the practice theory assignment today. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay,
Hello.
sir. Sure, sir.
Yes, Sam.
Yeah, just want to make one point there.
Hmm.
The new peoples are not getting the idea of the coding and all that. Because of that, in the lectures, they have only gone through the theory part there. Okay, like the other subject like math is there, na. So they have solved some examples in the live sessions there on the videos there, online videos there. But in the C programming, they didn't solve any or not that explain any basic program
No, no. In
like.
the previous session, week 1, this Monday session, I have explained the algorithms idea, how we just generally
Yeah,
write
yeah.
the
In live
algorithms or
session,
flow steps. But
no, no.
initial
For
two
20,
weeks, actually, initial 2 weeks, this programming is not covered
yes,
in
yes,
the
yes.
content. So we actually not covered also in the live session.
No,
But
no,
now this is
In,
yes.
in in live sessions, we are teaching it there, but the people are mainly not attending in the live session. I don't know exactly. And but the in the live videos, the online videos, there is no any such things that I explain it because addition of two numbers or the addition identification of that odd number is even number is small. There are simple programs are there, but the
Yes.
new people
Yes,
they will
sir.
not understand
Sir,
it there.
sir, even if
Mhm.
we look the week three first assignment, sir, there is a quadratic equation and we have to solve it. So basically, we have no idea how to proceed further.
Okay.
I get.
So for okay, first I'm explaining this PPA programming assignment. Okay, one by one. And
Okay, sir.
because of that, we have just configured in that way. So you need to write only single or two line statement. Okay, so not the complete program. We are not asking to write complete program in the week 3
Okay, sir.
assignment. Most of the questions. Okay, but
Yes.
you can see the body and you can understand what we are writing in the body. And this part is already explained in the video lecture also. So what is the this first term include is studio dot representing. Some syntax you need to learn. Okay, before writing the code, some syntax you need to learn what why we are writing this syntax, this type of things. So some basic syntax you should know. Okay, so first
Okay, sir.
for the PPA one. Okay, so for the PPA one, first thing, the problem statement. What is the problem statement? So problem statement is that we are giving one input. Okay, we are giving input, and input is a integer value. So you should know what is the integer meaning here. You know this thing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So integer means we are giving any without the floating value. That means 10, 11, 2, 5 like this without any decimal part. Okay, so we are giving input a integer value in this program, and you need to calculate the solution of this sum of first n natural number. Okay, so before writing the code, just think about that, how you can calculate the, if you have one number, how you can calculate the sum of first and natural number. Natural number means which is starting from 1 and going till n. So if we are asking the sum of 5 first natural number means we are adding simply 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes, sir.
before writing the code, don't go to the editor. Just take paper and pen, and just read the problem statement and solve on the paper. You have one integer input n, and you can take any value for n. Just calculate how you are calculating this sum of first n natural number. Then after getting the logic, when how you are solving on the paper pen, just convert that into a code line. So first thing, tell me how you will calculate the sum of first and natural number.
Sir, first we take the input, sir. We have to get inputs.
Because of that, I'm
We
not coming on
assign.
the code part. I'm not coming on the code part now. Okay. So I'm telling you, you have one number. Okay. So suppose n equal to 5. Okay. So just assume that you have n equal to 5. Now after getting 5, how you will calculate the this sum of n natural number?
By adding, sir, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, sir.
Okay, and same thing, if I give n equal to 10, then you will add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus like till 10.
Up to 10, sir.
Up to 10. So have you read any formula for this in your previous classes or in previous studies?
Yes, sir. In maths, there is one.
N
Math
into n
formula.
plus 1 upon 2, sir.
Yeah, so this is the one formula we can directly use. Okay, this problem we can solve using this one different structure which we are learning in the week 4 actually, loop. Okay, and this loop part we have a little bit discussed in the algorithms steps in the week 2 and week 1 like. Okay, so week 1 we have discussed this looping things using the simple steps, but using syntax we are learning in week 4. So here, now if you know the formula, you can directly write the formula. Now the program structure, we come, you know that what we need to do here. So first thing here, program some program part is already given. Okay, first thing you should know what is this given, actually what in this program statement is given. Okay, so first statement is given include stdio.h. So why we are writing this? Okay, so this is very common library. Okay, so we can say this is a library for the C program. Actually, this provides the definition of some common statement which we are using inside our code. So some very common statements are scanf, printf. So this scanf we actually use to read the input at the runtime. Okay, when we run the code, so we read the input using this scanf statement, and this printf statement is return the output on the output console screen. Okay, so these two statements we generally call input and output statement is defined inside this stdio.h library. Okay, if you remove this, you will see the error in this statement scanf and printf statement. So compiler will not understand what is the meaning of this scanf when you're writing, and also print what is the meaning of printf statement. Okay, so to tell to the computer what is the meaning of this scanf and printf, we are adding this library before the program. Okay, now compiler will just look the definition of this scanf inside this stdio, and compiler will get the definition and will execute according to that. Okay, so because of that, these are very common input output statements. So we generally use this, always add this include stdio.h before writing the code, before starting the main function. So this is the first line we generally write. Okay, and we can also write another libraries, like very common is math.h. Suppose we want to calculate some math formula directly, like square root or power. So some definition is given only. These definition are actually ready-made definition, you can say. Okay, it is already defined. We can directly call these definition and we can use. Okay, there is no need to write the code for everything. So some definition is already defined in some library and we can directly use. So based on our requirement, we can add more library in this code. Okay, but here we are writing simple and basic program. So we are only, so this is the very common we will add for in the each code. According to our use, we will add more later. Okay, so first thing, this is the first line you need to write when you are writing the code. Second step is main function. So this is the main function. Okay, so function means a block of code. Block of code means we are writing some statements inside this block, and this block will execute by the compiler. Okay, so compiler will check this block, and block name we have defined by main. Okay, and we call this block as a function. So function representation is this. After writing the function name, we just write, just put this open bracket and close bracket. Sometimes we write inside this some parameter also, but this is the actually main.
So what is compiler, sir? Please explain for easy basis compiler.
Yeah, compiler is actually so here you're writing some code. Okay, and this is the main code which user can understand. Okay, which we can understand. So we are writing some code which are so this code is defined to easy to understand for the users. Okay, so we call this as a high level language. Okay, so similar to Python, Python syntax are more related to the English. Okay, so user can understand easily and user can write simply. Okay, so you cannot write directly the assembly codes or these lower level machine level code, that you cannot write that code, you cannot understand also. So these are some programming language which is defined, and some syntax is defined which user can understand.
Okay.
Okay, so compiler is actually, we give this code to the compiler, and compiler convert this code into a machine level or lower level language. Okay, so which is actually executed by the processor. Okay, so after conversion of this code, this which we are writing in the editor, this code is converted into a machine level language by the compiler, and that code will be executed by the processor. Okay, so this is the body, main function body. Here we are giving some names. So this is the fixed body, main body. Actually, our compiler will always look this block first, and will check what statement is written inside this block, and will execute that statement one by one. Okay, so this is the main things why we are writing int here. So this is the definition of function. If we are writing int before the function name, that means this function will return a integer value. Okay, we can change this thing. We can write void. More steps are void. So void, if we write void main, so that means this function will not return anything. Okay,
So, sir, when we write void, so we can't use any print and all.
No, not print. Return statement. Print is just a statement to print the output,
Print
not
F,
return.
I mean.
Okay, not return. Return means this function is not returning anything.
So, sir, could you again explain the difference between void main and int main? Because in the programs when I was using void main, sometimes I wasn't getting the output, and then when I switched to int main, then the code ran perfectly.
1 second.
So basically, we need to use int main, right?
I think out main is for the Mac.
Sorry.
Out main is for the MacBook or Windows. It's another code that we use.
Out, where we are using out?
One second.
Sir, I think he's saying void main is for Mac or Windows, something like that.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so what happened actually? So we are defining some function. So function name we can give any. Okay, so I'm writing something, but not visible. This is the main code. Okay, so I'm explaining here again once. So actually, this is a main function. Okay, and main function means we can also write another function similar to this main, and with a different name, and we can call that function inside this main function by, suppose I can define like this int sum. Okay, and sum I'm passing like int a comma int b. So function we will discuss in the later week, actually week 5 or week 6. So because of that I'm not going in much detail, but this return part, and I'll just little bit explain this. Okay, so inside this function we can make a body, or we can write like int sum, okay, and sum equal to a plus b. And return sum. And here I'm writing int s equal to sum and A comma B. Okay, so now you can see this structure of the code similar to main function. Okay, similar to main function, I have declared one another function with name sum. Okay, and sum, I have given this name sum, and also I have mentioned the return types. Actually, we call this as a return type. So sum, inside this sum we are passing some variable. The type of variable name is integer. Okay, so A and B we have given the name, and inside this body, actually this body is receiving two variable A and B, and we can use this value inside this body. Now you can see we have declared another variable inside this sum, and sum, simply we are writing sum equal to A plus B. Okay, and here we are returning sum. So that means this function is returning a value sum, and that value is actually a integer. And inside the main function, you can see we are writing this function onto the right side, of equal sign. So this function will call from here and will execute and return a value which is actually a sum. Okay, so now you can look this. If I'm passing A equal to 4 and B equal to 2, okay, and we are giving this A and B inside this function, and this function will call from here, and that means we are just calling the above function and passing 4 and 2, and above function will calculate the sum of 4 plus 2, and result will store inside the sum, and we are returning this sum through this function. Okay, so type of sum is integer. Now when we are, okay, so you can see when we are calling this, so inside this place we will get one return value which is sum, and that value will be assigned to S. Okay, so you can just understand that this function will be replaced by 6 when we are calling this, and you can see this 6 will be assigned to a S. So this is the meaning of return statement. Okay, just execute the code. You can see you are getting 6. What we are printing inside the main function, we are printing S value. Okay, so that means in our S, what value we are getting? We are getting this return sum value. Okay, so suppose if I write void here, void. Okay, and when we are writing void, there is no need to return like this return statement. That means the void will not return anything. And this time I am writing print statement here, printf sum is %ld and sum. Now you can see the execution. So this actually here I have defined this function sum separately. Now I am not returning anything from this function. Okay, so because we have taken this void type here, so but I am printing something inside this function. So this print statement will actually print this statement, this line which we have written inside this. The sum is %d. So this %d means this at the place of %d, our sum value will be come. Okay, so this %d will be replaced by this sum value, and we will get this statement in our output screen. So here we are not returning anything, but we are printing. Okay, so print same things, we are not returning, so there is no need to write assignment statement here. And suppose if I'm assigning like sum S equal to 0. Okay, so now you can see how our print statement is executing. So when I'm calling this, okay, so I have to write the new line statement. So new, right? Okay, now you can see. Okay, so first line is coming, the sum is 6. Okay, the sum is 6. So this sum is 6 coming from this function, sum function. But this function is not returning anything. So we have simply called this function, but we are not getting anything from some function. We are simply call the function and function is executing. During the execution, this print statement is printing something. Okay, so which is coming in the output, the first line. Okay, after completion of this function call, so after completion of execution of these 3 lines, we will come back on the main function and will execute the next line. So next printf will print the value of s, which is 0. Okay, so return means what function is returning actually. So when we talk about this return means, so we use the return statement also inside the function. Return and print are both different things. Yeah, someone is raised the hand. 1 second.
But sir, then what is the difference between void and int? I mean, if we used int in this, then it would work.
Where? So I have written this void here, some function. Okay. Now there is no need to return anything. If you return something, so it may give error. 1 second. Return sum. Let me check. Okay.
So is there a difference between return sum and printf and then sum?
No, so return statement is actually to return something to the program. Okay, print statement is used to print something on the output. Okay, so return statement is actually return the value to the program itself, and we can receive this value in some variable. We can write some assignment operator and we can read this value. We can take this value. Okay, but the print statement is actually used to print something on the output. This console is black screen. You can see when you use this print statement, and what you write inside the print statement, that will print on this console screen. But return will not display in the console. Okay, without using print. So you can see I am using now void for the sum function. Okay, I am returning some value. So it is showing the error. Void function sum should not return a value. That means this definition is not correct. Here there's no need to return anything because we have defined void return type. Okay, void means we will not return anything from this function. Okay, if we want to return some things, we have to define the type of that. So if you want to return sum, so what is the type of sum? You have to type here int. Okay, now you can see there's no error is coming on the screen, and you can use this. You can just receive this return value from this function in some variable. Okay, now you are getting this return value on the inside the sum, and you can print this as value as your answer in your code. Okay, 6. You are getting 6 now. Okay. Print statement is only used to print something on the console output. And the scanf. Okay, so come on the scanf part. I'll just explain so this is the fixed code, hard code we can say. We have given 2 fixed value A and B. Now how we can read 2 value from the user. So okay, so in the problem statement of the programming assignment, this line is actually mentioned many times. So you are given one input. Okay, given one input from user like this. So from input from user means when the program will run, we will take some input from the console. Okay, so for suppose for A and B value, these are 2 value. I want to read 2 value for A and B at the running time. When we run the program, at the time we will enter the new two value in the program. Okay, so we will write this scanf statement, scanf. Okay, so scanf, we just mention the specifier first, what type of input we are taking, and we simply write %d or %d 2 times because we are taking two value. Okay, and after that we will just assign a pointer space. So at the rate a, comma, at the rate b. No, sorry, and symbol b. Okay, and symbol a and symbol b. Now I have written this scanf %d %t and this and symbol a and symbol b. So that means when our compiler will start execution, compiler will check this main function and compiler will declare. So we are initially declaring two variable a and b, and we are also defining the type of a and b. After that, when this line is coming for the execution, our compiler will stop and will wait for our input from the console. Okay, you can see when I'm clicking on the run button, now you can see this cursor is waiting for some input from the console. That means our control of the execution is stopped at this line number 14. Okay, and it is waiting for our input and two values, okay, which we have mentioned here. We have specified 2 %d. D is representing for the integer, and this a and b is representing where we are storing this two value. Okay, after getting two value from the console, where we will store these two value. So first value, when I'm typing first value like 5, okay, and either you can just use the space or you can enter after this one value. So compiler will wait for the another second value. Okay, so I can give space and I can pass another value like 10. Okay, so when I'm giving this two value separated by space, so this two value will be assigned to a and b. Okay, so 5 will assign to a and 10 will assign to b. Then when just press the enter button again, so this line number 15 will execute 16, so the remaining line will started executed. Okay, so our compiler is now stopping at this position, line number 14, but when we press enter after giving the value, compiler will start execution from the next line. Okay, now you can, when we click on this on the console enter button, now you can see we are getting 15 answer for this. So this is called as a input from the user or input from the console. Like this, we are reading the input from at the running time, not giving the code.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, what use the escape app, sir? Escape.
This end symbol.
What is the scanf, sir?
Scanf is a syntax to read the input from console. This some syntax you have to learn because this is a language. This is a C programming language. So this is a one language which actually computer understand to execute something. So some syntax you need to learn. So before the same things, if you want to learn English, you have to learn some word in English. Then you have to learn some rules like grammar. Then you can use that.
And what to do scanf, sir?
Scanf read the input from the console. Scanf, this scanf function, this is also a function which is already defined, okay, inside this first library which I have mentioned, this stdioh. This is one library, and this definition of this scanf function. So definition means here we have defined some definition for sum. Okay, so sum, and you can see when we are calling this sum, so what we are writing sum, and inside the bracket we are passing some value. Similar to this, scanf is also a function. Scanf is also a function. You can see opening bracket, end bracket, and inside this we are passing something. So this is also a function, and definition of this function is defined inside this stdio.h library. And when we can simply call this function and we can use. So there is no need to check what is the definition of this scanf. Just remember this very common statement like this scanf and printf. These are very common in the C program. So these you will use this two statement regularly in the each program. So scanf means when we are writing scanf means that means we are waiting for taking input from the console. Console means this black screen. Okay, here we can enter some value, and this value will be assigned in these two variable a and b. Okay, and then compiler will execute next instruction when we are giving these inputs. After that, compiler will start execution. So same things, you can give any value now. You can give like 54 and 65. Okay, so this 54 and 65 here you are typing, and when we click the enter button, so these two value will be passed to this scanf function. Okay, for a and b. So scanf function means it is reading some value from the console and storing inside the variable which we are using in the program. Okay, you can click the enter button, you can see we are getting 119. That means this 54 and 65 stored in a and b. After that we are just executing this as equal to 0, and so we are passing this 54 and 65 inside this function, and we are getting some. Okay, so in the short terms, you can just remember scanf we used for the read the input from console, and printf we used to print something on the console.
Yes, sir, I understood.
Okay, so
Yes.
don't go much in deep the syntax. So some syntax you have to learn. Okay, so just try to learn, and now the next question is how you can learn. So simply you can learn by the typing these syntax again and again. Okay, just use this syntax in many times, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. This syntax will automatically saved in your memory.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I think there is a problem in graded programming assignment 1
Yes.
because
That is wrong actually. We will remove this from the graded evaluation. B3 graded 1.
yes, it's minus b plus b square minus 4ac.
That is actually wrong. Test case are wrong.
Yes, the output are wrong.
So just ignore this. We will not consider that problem for the evaluation.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope this part is clear.
Sir, one more question, sir.
Ask.
Sir, for scanner inside the %d twins, why %d two times, sir?
So because we want to read two value, first for A, second for B. Okay, and D, when we are writing D is represent to integer value. Okay, suppose if I want to read float value, so we will write F here like this. Okay, and if I want to write character value, then I'll write C here. So some syntax is required to learn first time. Then when after learning first time, just use multiple times, then these things automatically feed in your mind. Okay, so don't try to just learn by looking somewhere, like looking in the book and looking in the live session. Like just after understanding first time, just use this multiple times. Then you will learn everything in this program. Okay, so initially this is basic things is discussed in the B3. So what is D meaning is this is specifier. Actually, specifier means we are telling to the computer what type of input we are reading from the console. So this percentile D is representing this specifier, means for A, for variable A, we are reading integer value from the input from the console. Okay, and similarly for second percentile D we are writing. So that means we are telling to the compiler second value also we are reading of the type of integer for variable B. Okay, suppose if you want to read float value, so you have also defined this float variable. Okay, first you have to define float type like this float, and here also you have to change to read the float value. You have to change this f and f. Okay, and you have to change in your code accordingly. If you are reading float value, your sum will also become into the float number. Okay, so you have to change everywhere, like according to your purpose you have to declare these variable type. So float s equal to 0. Now we are calling the function. Also function, we have defined this integer. You have to change the type here, float. Okay, and float like, and in here we are using this. So float, I'm changing this returns and also this type. Now you can see I'm also changing the type of return statement of sum. Okay, so now float. Okay, and
Sir, why we write stdio.ph?
That things I have mentioned now. We are using this scanf, printf function directly in the code. So what is the meaning of this scanf and printf of this function? So that is actually defined inside this library stdio.h, which we are including in our code. So include means this library we are including in our code. So we can directly use the function which is available inside this library.
Sir, if we can't use s equal to 0, simply write s semicolon. The program will work, na sir?
Yes, will work. Okay. So s is float now. We have to change float here also. Okay, so now you can see I've changed everywhere float now. Okay, because we are reading to float value from the input, and definitely some will also be coming in the float number. So now when we run this code, now I can pass this like 5.6 space 2.2. Okay, now you will get this result 7.8000. So okay, so according to our program, according to our problem statement, you have to define these things. So what type of input you are reading, what when we calculate the solution, what type of some solution will come in the output. So based on that we will define everything in the code. Okay, so this is the thing. So compile. So this is the main function. Actually, main function we always write in the main code. A second. Yeah. So this is the function which actually compiler will always check first. Okay, so compiler will actually check this main function, what is written inside this main function. So compiler will execute one by one. So simply start from the first line of this code and will execute line by line according to the our control statements or statements.
Okay. Sir, why do we write and A and B?
So here actually we are just telling to the compiler. So this location, actually we are giving the address of our variable. So this is represent the reference or address, we can say. When we are writing this and symbol before A, so we are just passing the address of A in memory. Okay, address means we are just passing the address in memory for the A, and at that address our value will be stored. Okay, so this is called a pointer. Actually we are passing a pointer, and at this location we are storing our input value. Okay, so this is the basic structure of the code. Now for the assignment, I come to the assignment part. So before writing the code for any problems, okay, first understand that what is already given in the code. Okay, now what is already given in the code. So here you can see we are writing int n. That means we have one integer variable which is already defined. Now we are writing this. Yeah, I'm coming. Scanf percentile d. Okay, so now you understand. Now you can understand this. What is the meaning of scanf percentile d and n? So that means we have written this statement. We will pass some value for the n when we run this code. So that means this part is already written. You need to write code in after that, and that code you need to write for the solution, for the logic only. Okay, and after that, after writing your logic, we are printing also. We are printing the value of sum. Okay, so sum is not declared anywhere in the code, in the suffix part also or prefix part also. Okay, so not declare anywhere. So we are using inside the suffix code. Now that means you need to declare this sum first. Okay, so for the sum of n natural number, we are simply adding 1 plus 2 plus 3. Definitely we will get integer number in the output. So we will define first variable integer, so sum. Okay, so now this is the declaration of sum. After that, how you will get the sum of first n natural number? So now you can directly use the formula sum equal to. Okay, so when I'm writing sum equal to, that means this equal is using for assignment. We are assigning something on this sum variable. Okay, now you need to write the formula of this n equal to sum equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. So this formula which you have written in the copy. Okay, so copy also you will written in the same way, n into n plus 1 divided by 2. So for writing this statement in the code, so you have to tell the computer, so for multiplication we cannot write that directly in that way. So n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, so here actually you have to tell this what we are doing between n and n plus 1. So a computer will not understand this statement. So we have to tell that we are multiplying this. So n into n plus 1. So this is the internal statement inside the brackets. So that means n plus 1 we are adding, and after that n plus 1 we are multiplying with n, and we are dividing by 2. So this statement we are writing. So now you can see we have declared the sum. Okay, where we want to store the result. And after that, we are assigning the sum value in this variable sum. Now the remaining part is already written. So for the output, this print statement will print this sum value in the output. So you need to write only these 2 lines in this code initially. But you should know what written in the suffix code or prefix code. What's the meaning of that? Because week 3, this is not this all complete statement scanf and printf, it is not introduced. Because of that, we are giving this part as a suffix code or prefix code. In the week 4 onwards, you will see we will ask to write the complete program. Okay, so in week 3 you can understand that why we are writing the initial part and last part. Okay, so this part is basically we are reading some input, and the last part we are writing the output. Okay, so this middle part is actually a logic to solve the problem. So which part you have to think?
Sir, why return 0 is written there?
So this return 0 is representing the return statement for this main function. Okay, but we are not. So return 0 means we are simply exiting.
Sir, if we don't write that, we won't get the output.
No, if you have defined this int, then you have to return something. Okay. Otherwise, you can simply write void here.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then there is no need to write. Okay, so like I am typing this void here. Okay, and you can see now error is coming on this part. Now I can remove this. Still, the computer will run and print the output. So 25 space 56. You can see we are getting 81.00 because here we are giving input integer value, but the compiler will read as a float value. because we have mentioned as a float.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is the structure of the assignment. So logic part, yeah, logic part will be new for every problem. Okay, so we cannot tell you any formula to identify the logic, because every problem is a new problem and it contains the separate new logic to solve. So because of that, in week 3 we are asking very simple formula based things.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Rohit.
What test case 1 and test case 2?
Acha, okay, 1 second. Yeah. So, okay, what is the meaning? So after writing the code, what is the meaning of this public test case and private test case? So this test case one, first thing, public and private. Public test case means here we are passing some input. Okay, so input means according to the problem statement, we are reading the value of n using this scanf. Okay, so that means we are passing some value for the n from the console. Okay, so that value is you can see inside this input statement, inside the test case. Okay, so input, what we are giving input, so we are giving n equal to 5 first, so what output should come? When we are giving 10, then what output should come? Okay, when we are giving n equal to 8, what output should come? Like this. Okay, so this test case is represented the input value what we are giving into the program, and based on this input value, according to your logic, what output is coming, which is represented by this actual output. Okay, and expected output is the output which should come by the correct logic. Okay, so maybe there is a chance your logic is incorrect. Like if I am writing this n equal to n into n minus 1 in the formula, by chance you have written this logic. Okay, so if you have written this logic, sum equal to n into n minus 1 divided by 2, so this logic is incorrect. Okay, so compiler will run, because compiler don't know the logic part, compiler will execute which you have written. So when you run this code, test run, okay, so test, when we click on the test run button, so this public test case, okay, so this will execute and you can see the output according to the input. Now you can see for input 5, expected output, that means if logic is correct, output should come 15, but according to your code logic, output is coming 10. So you can simply match this expected and actual output. If both value are same, you can see in the above summary the 1 out of 5 test case pass, like this. Okay, so that means for how many inputs your output is correct, we are representing this inside the summary.
So there was one small issue. The last question of week 4 graded assignment, when I solved it, the code was correct, but it was still showing an error. So may I share my screen?
Okay, I'll coming on that. First, so I'll just clear this part. So this is public test case. Here you can see what is the input, what expected output. That means if logic is correct, what output should come, but what output is coming from your logic, which you have written in the code. Okay, so this is the actual output. So you can see all the inputs and output here, but for final submission, you have to click this submit button, and similar to this 5 test case. Okay, 5 some test case, not 5. Okay, so some number, maybe 5 or 10 or anything, maybe already also all configured, but that are hidden actually from you. You cannot see. You cannot see what is the input. But if your logic is correct, definitely output should come correct. Okay, so that input value you cannot see, but will execute when you click on the submit button. That input will execute for your code. And now you can see the status in the lower line, submit successfully. Okay, but 0 out of 5 private test case pass. So that means private test case which are hidden, okay, that is passed, 0 passed. That means there is no test case passed. which is private. Okay, and marks are also associated with this private test case, not public test case. Okay, if your public test case is passing, private is not passing, you will get 0 marks. Okay, so your private test case should pass to get the marks. Also, this marks you can get partial marks. If 3 out of 5 test cases are passed, you will get 60 marks out of 100 for this program.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Rohit.
Sir, please one more question, sir. PPA 5, sir. Explain one more question. PPA 5.
PPA 2.
5, sir.
5. Okay, I'm coming on this. So this is the thing. Okay, you have to write in that way. Now, this is the PPA 5. Another problem also. So B is PPA like 2. This is the one side. I'm not writing the code for PPA2, but I'm just telling you what you need to write here. Okay, so first thing is the language selection. So here simple formula is also given. Okay, so you are given float value. So 3 float value are given to you. Okay, principal, rate, and time. Okay, that means this part is already defined as a suffix code, as a prefix code in the code. Okay, so that means these 3 value we are reading from the console. Calculate the simple interest and store the result in the float variable simple interest. Okay, so here we are using another variable simple interest, and you have to store the result in this variable. So simply first thing, declare the variable with the name of float and simply write the formula in the syntax which computer can understand. Okay, so principal into rate into time, and after multiplying all these 3, divide by 100. And print statement. Okay, so now you can see one new thing in the print statement, this 0.2. So this 0.2 is actually representing, so we are getting float value in the answer. So we are getting float value. So float value actually generally we get in the up to 5 or 6 points. Okay, so 2.0000 like this, but we want to print only till 2 decimal point. Okay, then we are writing this 0.2 here. Okay, so if you are getting value like 3.4444 like multiple 6 times or 7 times, but in output you will get 3.44 only 2 times. Okay, so I am coming on that. Yeah, Abhishek, what's your query you are writing in the chat? I'm just, you're not getting anything. So can you just explain? Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Abhishek, just tell me your.
So actually, I didn't understand anything, sir. I'm unable to understand.
So I have explained
how
this
to do,
PPA.
how to do what to do, sir. In in PPA and GRP also both.
Big 3 also.
PPA question and GRPA question both, sir. Unable to understand, sir. How to do and what to do.
Okay, so I just explained this
Sorry,
PPA one.
sorry, sir. Sorry, sir, but
No problem. So have you joined just now or starting the session from starting the session?
Yeah, yes, sir. Just now or last 20 minutes.
Okay, so actually I explained the PPA one in detail, what we need to do and what is the meaning of this code. Okay, so just watch this session from the starting. Okay, what I'm explaining the another problem. Okay, PPA 5. Just listen. Okay, so what is the problem statement first? Complete the program to swap the value of A and B.
Sir, please maximize, sir.
One second. Okay. So I'm writing the statement, problem statement. So complete the program. Yeah, complete the program to swap the value of A and B. So here writing this problem statement is written, complete the program. That means some part of program is already given, some part is missing. So you have to fill that part to complete the program. Okay. So complete the program to swap the value of A and B. Okay. So that means there are two variables we are using, A and B. Some value is assigned for A and B. You need to swap the value inside the A and B. You are given two integer A and B. Swap the value of A and B without using a temporary variable or another variable. So now first just try to solve this. How you can do this on paper, on pen. Okay, just wait. I'll share my pen. Screen. This problem you can solve by the different logic also. Okay, so there's no restriction on that. What you can do here, we are giving. So I hope my screen is visible, writing pad is visible.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
A equal to like 10. Okay, so B equal to 20. So we are using these two variables A and B, and both are integer. Okay, like this. So we have two variables A and B, and the initial value are stored 10 and 10 inside A and 20 inside B. Now we want to swap this value. So that means in our final output, the value inside A should be 20 and value inside B should be 10. So swapping means we are just changing the value and on this location. So this is the problem we want to do, we want to solve. Okay, so how you can do these things? Just paper and pen. So these are the locations where the data is stored without using another variable. How we can solve? Okay, so using another variable, so suppose we will define another variable int c. Okay, int c, and what we can do, we can simply write assignment operator c equal to a. When I'm writing c equal to a, this meaning is what value we are storing inside the a. So that means the value inside a is 10. This 10 value is also storing inside the c. So that means c we are storing 10. Correct? So don't confuse in this statement like this c equal to a. Always when we use this assignment sign, that means right side value. Okay, so what we are writing inside the on the right side, that value is assigning to the variable which is written on the left side. So this is the meaning of this statement. Okay, so when we are writing c equal to a, that means what the value inside the a is assigning to the c or storing at the location of c. So when I'm writing c equal to a, so that means c equal to 10 is assigned. Okay, now we have stored this a value. Okay, we know that we have stored this a value inside c. So that means we have this data. So a value we have stored inside the c. A is also 10 right now. But what we will do in the next step, we can write a equal to b. So when we are writing a equal to b, so what value will store?
The value will be stored in a, sir. 20, sir.
So what is the value of b? 20. 20 will be stored inside the a. Correct?
Hello.
Hello, Rohit.
Sir, sorry, sir, but please repeat, sir, one more. Please, sir.
Okay, repeat once. Okay. So initial question is we have two variables a and b which contains a value. We want to swap the values in this variable. Okay, that means in final output the value of B should be assigned to A, and value of A should
ఫోటో
assign.
తీసాను బొబ్బిద్దాం వాళ్ళిద్దరికి అనుకున్నాను కానీ మళ్ళీ ఏమనుకుంటారో మరి ఎక్కువగా
Yeah, Manisha, can you mute yourself?
చెప్పాను
Manisha?
గొడవాళ్ళే చెప్పే
Manisha, yeah, okay. Okay, so.
No, sir, sorry.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so problem is clear? Okay, so simply we want to swap the value in the variable. Okay, so that means in final, the value inside A should be 20 and B should be 10. So this is the calling we are term using swapping. Okay, so we are just simply swapping the value. Now how we can do? So we can use another extra variable. Okay, we simply declare one another variable C. Okay, so you cannot directly swapping like this. If you suppose if you write A equal to B without using any part of this, you are directly using A equal to B. Okay, so that means B value is 20, so A will also assign as a 20. But then how you will get the value of A? Because you have lost that value is updated actually. Initially A was 10. Now when you write this statement A equal to B, so 20 is assigned at the place of 10. Okay, now how you can achieve the value of A, which is all, now that value is lost actually. Okay, that value is updated. So there is no meaning to write like this B equal to A, because now A is updated, A is 20. So when you are writing this B equal to A, B will also remain 20. Okay, now you lost the 10 value. So we cannot write these two statements like this. So when we are writing in that way, so we are losing the value. So what we can do, we can use a temporary variable. We can use temporary variable C. Okay, so int C. And inside first we will read the value from A and we will store inside the C. So C equal to A. So C will become.
But sir, question statement says that we shouldn't use any temporary variable.
So I'm just telling the first this method. Okay, and we'll discuss the another method. So this is the way we are storing C equal to A. C will assign as a 10. Now we can write A equal to B. So A will become 20. Okay, so B value is 20. So now A will become 20. Now we can write, yes, A equal to B. And now we can write B equal to C. Okay, because we have stored this value of A inside the C. So this is now not lost. And we can read later this C value equal to 10. So B equal to C. And when we are writing this, so we are getting B equal to 10. So this is, you can see now value are swapped. Initially A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. Okay. So if you write the code in this way, using the third variable, that will also work. Okay. So we have written this statement in the problem statement, but we are not we are not restricted to you without using this template. You can use. Okay, so still the code will work and you will get the correct output. But how we can get without using temporary variable? Okay, so what we can do, initially we have A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. What we can do, A equal to A plus B. Okay, so what value will be stored inside the A? 30. Correct. Now what we can do, we can write B equal to A minus B. Now you can see in the first line we have updated the value A. So A is 30. Okay, at that time B equal to 20. So now 30, so this value is representing 30 and B value is representing 20. Okay, when we are writing B equal to A minus B, so that means B is now 10. Correct. And the next line we can write A equal to A minus B. One second. So A is now 30. And what is the value of B now? 10. Okay, so 30 minus 10 will become 20. So A become 20. So you can see the value.
Here minus given, sir.
Minus?
Sir, 10 minus 20, sir, minus 10, sir.
No, why 10 minus 20?
Sir, B equal to A minus B, where A equal to 10 minus
No,
20.
A is not 10. A is updated. When we have written this first line.
Okay, sir.
A equal to A plus B. So A is 10 plus B is 20. Now A become 30. Okay. When we writing again B equal to A minus B. So now this A become 30. So 30 minus B 20. Okay. So we are getting 10. Now this B is updated. Okay. So B is updated and B is now 10. When we are writing A equal to A minus B again. So A is still 30. Now B is updated to 10, so we will use 10 here. So 30 minus 10, we are getting 20. So this is the final update. You can see this is the value of swap.
I think when you present it like this, it makes sense, right? And we are able to get to the solution. But I'm still figuring how do we arrive at this, kind of logic. That is still, sort of escaping me. I'm sure that is for a couple of us.
Yeah, so this part is actually comes after the practice, lots of practice. Okay, so now this time you have seen this first time. Okay, if you have seen this first time, swapping the two variable value without using any temporary variable, so maybe this type of problems occur in the future again. So now you have seen, you can recall this.
No, agree. I think if it's a repetition, that makes sense.
So after solving lots of problems, so you will see the subset of or superset of that problems in the future.
Okay, so you're telling anything would be a combination of all this, kind of logic.
Yes,
got it.
yes,
Okay.
definitely. Okay, so this is the general things. If you know the logic of to check the value is prime or not. So some problems may be created using this logic, the value is prime or not, like to find the prime number between 1 to n. So if you know the logic to check n is prime or not, you can use that inside this.
Okay, and this is agnostic of any programming language, correct? It
Yes,
could be
yes,
done.
yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so this logic part is actually here. If you are learning some logics in the using C, you can use the same logic in any programming language. When you will learn the Python, you can apply that. So language is just a language, logic is totally different. Okay, so just try to solve many problems. Just search the problems in the Google. You can search you can simply search easy problems. Okay, so some new problems you will see first time, but you will solve first time, then again that problem can come in different way. Okay, so this is the solution. So here you can see what I'm writing, what 3 lines I have written for this swapping purpose. A equal to A plus B, B equal to A minus B, A equal to A minus B. Now these 3 lines I will write in the code for the solution. Okay, so now we have solved this problem on the paper pen. Now you can see I've written this inside the code. Okay, because here you have A, B. Okay, so initially you have integer A and B. Now you can simply write A equal to A plus B, B equal to A minus B, A equal to A minus B. Simple I am writing, and just follow the syntax of C. Just mention the semicolon after every line, and you can see you will get the correct answer. Otherwise, you can use another temporary variable, and I am also writing that code. So we are getting the correct output. 5 out of 5 test case pass. Otherwise, you can simply write the another temporary variable like this int C. Okay, and you can simply assign C equal to A, This is the first line, and I'm deleting everything. So C equal to A. Now it's A equal to B and B equal to C. Okay, so same things I'm using with extra variable. So the still output will be passed. You can see 5 out of 5 test is passed. So logic you can change. So any problem can be solved by multiple logics. So no need to learn the logic also. Okay. So the logic can be changed. But yeah, you can just read the different submission also. So just read the solution for on the websites or any platforms, how the others are writing the code actually. So you can also improve your logic skills. Okay, so this is the part for PPAs. Now I come to the next point. So similar in the big 3, we are asking to write any single line expression based questions. Okay. So just write this. So here you can see you need to write this formula: volume equal to 4 by 3 multiply 22 by 7 multiply radius power 3. Okay, so how you can write this formula in the code? Okay, so you can see so here float value is already given in the this format. Now you need to write formula only. Okay, so for volume you have to declare this first as a float, then you simply write this 4.0 and 3.0 because we are performing the float operation. Okay, this division is a float, so it returns a float value. Division operator returns a float value. So because of that we added this 4.0. We just change integer into a float. Okay, so 4.0 and 3.0 are, so 4.0 is equivalent to 4, 3.0 is equivalent to 3. But here we are actually solving some equation where we are using all the float variables. So because of that we also convert this 2 value into the float value. After that you can see for radius to power 3 we have written just multiply with 3 times this. Okay, so just write the simple statement. Other remaining parts are already there. So input part and output part is already there. So just you need to write the expression which is given in the problem statement. Some logical question is there. So just try to solve using the paper and pen. So yeah, first GRP is wrong actually. Not wrong. The test case are input are wrong. So just ignore this. And remaining problems.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir. No?
Sir, the previous one, the float value, the one we just discussed. So, sir, we have it is compulsory to write the 0.0 after the every number.
So that is actually related to the theory question assignment. So someone is asking this thing. PPA. Actually, when we use this 4 by when we use this integer value inside the float operation, okay, so compiler actually just convert this integer into a float value, but sometimes maybe the error may occur. So sometimes suppose I am reading the value, so here inside the function, okay, just tell me on the compiler.
Actually, the error is coming like I didn't put the points after the 4 and 3 and every number. So my all test public test passes, but private test one fail.
Yes. So actually we are using different types of value inside the one expression. So that should not be done actually for the correct output. So just ensure that all values should be the similar type.
Okay, so how many like after decimal should I write? Like just 1
No,
0
so
point.
that part is covered in the output part for this question. So 2f, we are using only 2 decimal point value.
But you write only 1 0, right?
That
PPA3.
yes. You can, when we are adding only, we are simply converting one integer value into a float value. So just add one value in the float part.
Okay.
Okay, we are simply adding 0, so that we are not changing the value.
Okay. Got
Okay,
it.
because of that, if you can add more 0, but it is not affecting.
So basically, if the number is a like normal natural number, a real number, then I no need to add more than one floating value. But if they are required, like more than that, then I need to.
Yes.
Okay.
So this part, okay, so this integer to float or float to this implicit or explicit. Yes.
So please say GRPF 5 for different questions, some different questions.
GRPF 5 programming question. Hello.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, I'm coming on that to just discuss this small part.
Sir, and could you also answer, like, because I had a few specific doubts and a few questions.
This one, I think PP1.
Yes, sir. This one, first and second.
I'm explaining this one.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So to explain this, like if we read the value actually, int a. Okay, I'm declare int a, and there is another value like float v, and we have initialized like 4.5. Okay. Now if I write like this, a equal to b. So what we are doing actually, we are assigning a float value into a integer variable. So at that time, what value will store inside the a? 4. So we are here we are losing some information now. Value is 4.5, but that is converting into a 4 for a. So that means here we are simply converging float to int type. And when we are writing in that way, compiler will convert this, but we are losing some information. So that part should be convert by explicit by the programmer, where the information should not lost. So sometimes if you are just keep these things depend on the compiler, so compiler will do implicitly. So sometimes you may got the incorrect answer. But opposite things, if I am just assigning a equal to 10, okay, so this value is integer. Now I am assigning this integer value on the float variable b equal to a. Okay, still compiler will convert this 10 into a float, but what value you will get? 10.0. So here you will not lost anything, any information. So value will convert into 10 into 10.0 in the float, and float value will be assigned to the b 10.0. But here it is not affecting any solution or any value, or not losing any value here. Okay, so we can use this. So this integer to float, we can use this implicitly. So implicitly our compiler will convert this, but for float to int, that should not be convert through the compiler. That should be convert using a explicit. So explicit means we can use the typecast when we need. Okay, so we want to perform some operation. So like this both value are integer. Okay, and v equal to like 5. Okay. And we want to store the result float div. And now we want to store the result in the float form. So we can simply use div equal to, and we can use the typecast float. float, and we can use the operation this E divided by P. Okay. Where is error?
Sir, in the division tab, sir, is it required to write float, sir?
Sorry, right float.
So that might be float main in spite of integer main, I think.
Float sum, float A, float B.
And sir, you mentioned that you will also change the answer of practice assignment question 14 because it was wrong.
Yeah, it is changed. Have you
Week
checked?
3? No,
Yes.
sir. I just checked. It's still giving me an error.
Division in the line 8, sir. Float is required to write, sir. Float.
1 second, I'm coming on that. What I missed actually, well, let me see. Oh, return statement, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so you are getting 2.00 like this. So this is the another way to convert the type of your expression or variables. So this is called the explicit conversion, where you can convert. Okay. And
sir, if in printf we write 2.%f, then we'll get the value up to 2 decimal places.
Yes,
only,
yes,
right?
yes, correct. 0.2. This we used to just print the value up to 2 decimal point. You can use any. You can use 3, 4, any. Okay, or 1, or you can also use 0. So 0 will come as a integer format like 2. Okay. So this is just a representation. Okay, so this is the things actually we keep in mind. So this float to int conversion should be performed explicit, and this integer to float we can leave for the implicit conversion, because here that at that time we are not losing any information. So these questions are actually based on this. So which of the following types conversion can happen implicitly in C language? So that means both conversion is performing in the correct format by the implicit or not. So int to float is okay, but float to int will give some error in the remaining part because we are losing the information. In the next part, which of the following type conversion need to be done explicit in C language? So this is the opposite of the above person. So float to int should be done by explicitly to make sure the correct answer for the your solution code. Okay, and we can leave this into float on the compilers. Compiler will handle this. Okay, so remaining question. Yeah, so someone is asking the B5 graded. Okay, so this is first thing. This is graded assignment. So we will not discuss the solution, but just check the what is thing. Yeah, so this program is asking complete the program to calculate the area of triangle given the length of its 3 sides. Okay, so triangle sides value are given. You are given the length of 3 sides A, comma B and C as the float value of triangle. Calculate the area of triangle and store it in the float variable area. So now if you know the formula, if sides are given of the triangle, then you can use that formula. If you don't know the formula, just search this. Okay, this is the learning time. Okay, so just search this. What is the formula of the triangle if sides are given? After getting the formula, just write this formula in the using the syntax. So here we are not using any logic. Here you should know the formula of this triangle.
So this coding assignments will come in qualifier exam.
No, programming assignment will not come. Question will be similar type of your graded theory assignment or this practice theory assignment. But you will see some programming code snipped in your questions and output based question or some related questions similar to this theory questions. Okay, so you can see in the theory question. So B3 programming question we will not ask. We will not ask to write the code. B3 practice assignment. So I'll discuss quickly all the questions. So first two questions are basically I've discussed. Now what is the size of an int data type variable in 32-bit architectures? Okay, so this is also a memory based question. So just you can search it, you can Google it at the first time learning. You can just simply quick check. For 32-bit, we use 32 bits for the integer. So So here two answers are possible: 4 bytes or 32 bits. Both are representing same. Okay, so 1 byte means 8 bits. So when we are writing 4 bytes, that means this is equivalent to 32 bits. So this is also changed based on the architecture. Okay, so for 32-bit architecture, this integer size is 32 bits. And next is which of the following header file must be used for using printf and scanf function in C language. So I have already discussed in the program. So this printf and scanf, these are generally called output and input statement. Okay, so printf means output, what we want to print in the output, and scanf means what we are reading from the input, okay, from the console. So this is the input statement. And these two statement definition is defined inside the stdio.h. Okay, so for every program which we are writing, so we need to read something or print something. Okay, definitely we want to see some output in our console screen. So we need to use this print statement at least. Okay, so because of that, we always use this stdio.h in the C program. Okay, apart from that, this conio is also used, but this is not for the printf and scanf, and this IO stream basically we used in the C++, and none of the above is no. Okay, so which of the following is not the keyword? Okay, so keyword, what is the meaning of keyword? Keyword means the word or some variable types or some what is already defined in the language syntax. Okay, so that terms actually we cannot use for the variables or any function name or any type of user defined things. Okay, so the meaning is already defined in the language. So int, this is already defined. When we write int, so this is a data type actually, which is defined inside the programming language. So this is generally called keyword, okay, which is already defined by the language. So int is already defined in C language. Cout, okay, so cout is also defined in another language, C++. Okay, so we here actually in the C we write this print statement. Okay, but in C++ we write cout to print something. Okay, so cout is a keyword of C++ language, not the C language. Okay, struct, yes, this is struct is a keyword of the C language. We will use this later. And friend, yeah, this is also not used in any our C language. Okay, so here cout and friend is the correct answer. Yeah, Nami.
Sir, in practice assignment 1 week 4 question 2, I have a doubt.
Practice assignment 1 week 4 question number 1.
Question 2.
Question 2. Okay, I'm coming on that. So this is the 5th question. Okay, so this is the first 5, 6. Yeah, so this type of question can be asked in the exam. So some code is given. Now you should know how this code will execute. Okay, so you should know the dry run. Okay, now just think like a compiler and just execute each line. Okay, and just tell me what output should come. Okay, so you should know the expression meaning, how we, if we are writing this type of expression, so what is the meaning of this to
Sir,
solve
please
this type
zoom
of
the
problem.
screen, sir.
Yeah, Rohit?
Sir, please zoom the screen, sir. Right.
Okay.
I don't read.
No, I think page is split when we are zooming. So this is fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so this is the code. You should know what is the meaning of this code. So I quickly just apply the dry run on this code and let's see what answer will come. Okay. So first thing, initially the first line. Okay, so first line we are writing a equal to 1, b equal to 1, c equal to 1. So initially all three are 1. Okay, so b, c, all are 1. And after execution of first line. Now next line we are assigning int x. So okay, so x which is declared, but not we have not assigned any value for this. Okay, when we are writing a equal to a plus equal to b plus equal to c. So what is the meaning of this? So first you should know what is the plus equal to meaning. So when we are writing a plus equal to 1, so what is the meaning is actually we are writing a equal to a plus 1. Okay, so like this. So we can write this expression into a short form like this, a plus equal to 1. So you should know the equivalent expression. So in the third line, actually we are writing this in this way. So a plus equal to b plus equal to c. Okay. So if we expand this, so what we will get, a equal to a plus b. Okay. And now equal to b plus c, like this. So what happening here, if this like this type of statement assignment operator, okay, so here we are using assignment operator. So associativity of the assignment operator is always from right to left. Okay, so first we will solve this right statement b plus c. So initially what is the value of b and c? 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 is assigning to a b. Okay, so this part. So second part, b plus equal to, so this is the actually first part, and after that the remaining part we will see. So what we will get the value of b first. So b equal to b plus c. So we are getting b equal to 2. Okay, now b equal to 2 and just plus add. Yeah, Rajkumar. Yeah, Rajkumar. Okay, so after getting the value of b, now we will add a. So initially the what is the value of a? 1. So 1. Okay, and that value we are assigning to a. So a. Okay, so a we are getting 3. Okay, so in this expression we are getting b equal to 2, a equal to 3. Okay, so we will update this in our table. Okay, so a, we are getting 3 and b now is updated 2 and c is still 1. Okay, so after this line number, this third line, okay, so we are getting this update. This is the latest. And in the next line, we are writing x equal to, so we are writing x equal to minus a. So minus a value is 3. So 3. Okay, now multiplication b. B value is 2. Okay, division minus c. So minus c value is equal to minus 1. Okay, and into b. So into b, b value is 2. Okay, so in this expression all are the multiplication sign so we are performing some operation between two operands or value. So this multiplication, division, and multiplication. Okay, so both are the same precedence operation. So we will perform this left to right. So first we will perform this multiplication. After that we will get some result. We will perform that result. Okay, so what we will get in the first? So minus 3 into 2, we will get minus 6. Okay, so now minus 6 divided by minus 1 into 2. So what is the value of this? So this value will come as a 6. Okay, so minus minus is plus, and the 6 divided by 1 is convert to a 6 into 2. Now the 6 into 2 will convert as a 12. Okay, so this 12 value will be assigned to the x. So x you will get 12. Okay, after that what we are doing, we are simply printing the all values. So a, b, c, and x. So a we have 3, okay, and b we have 2, c we have 1, and x we are getting 12. So in our output, this answer should be come for the sequence 3, 2, 1, 12. Okay. So option B is the correct for this. A equal to 3, B equal to 2, C equal to 1. This. So you should know the precedence things. Okay. Similar for the next question also, you can just perform the same thing. Same things. So we have declared some variable a, b, c, d, x. Okay, now after that we are writing this thing: a equal to b equal to c equal to d equal to 2. So that means this operation will be performed from right to left. Okay, so assignment operator. So first 2 value will be assigned to d. Okay, so now we are getting d equal to 2. Now d equal to 2. So this d is assigned to c. So d equal to 2. That means 2 is also assigned to c. So c will also 2. Now c become 2. 2 will assign to b. So b will also become 2. And then b become 2, then b will assign to a. So a will become to 2. Okay, so using this line, this is the value assigned in the variable. So this line is complete. Now a plus equal to b plus equal to c plus equal to d. So similar way, so we are writing in that way. So a equal to a plus b. Now this b equal to b plus c. Okay, and c equal to c plus c equal to c plus d, like this. Now solve this. First thing, c plus d. So what is the value of c and d?
Screen is visible.
Okay, one second. Okay. Yes. So this c, so last statement is c equal to c plus d. So c plus d means what is the value of c and d? 2. Okay, so this means 4 is assigned to c. So c will become 4. And next is b equal to b plus c. So c now 4 and b is 2. So that means b will become, so this 6. Okay, so b will become 6. And after that, now b is 6, 6 plus a. So a is also 2. So a become 8. Okay, so this expression we are getting this value, still d is 2. Okay, d is not changing in this expression. So now this is the update in the from the next line. Okay, when we are writing next line, x equal to, okay, so x equal to minus a. So what is the a value? 8. Okay, so minus 8. Now plus b divided by c. So b is the 6 and divide by c. Okay, so c is 4. Okay, and next one is minus d. So minus d, d is 2. Okay, so in this statement, this is the higher priority operation. Precedence is high. So we will perform this. So minus 8 plus. So what value we are getting? 6 by 4? 1. Okay, and minus 2. So you can see -8 and -2, -10 plus 1 -9. Correct. So 6 by 4 because both value are integer, but we are performing division operations. So the answer should come 1.5. But here actually we are performing integer operation between two integers, so we will get integer. Okay, so this one. Yes. So this is also an example of explicit conversion. So here actually we are using in that way. So we should convert this into a float. Otherwise you are getting one answer here, but the actual answer should come in this expression if you want to solve actually for any program. So what's that? Yeah, please give me a minute. Sorry. Okay, so we are getting -9 for this expression. So you can see in the answer. So this option C is representing x equal to -1. This answer will come as the correct answer. Yeah. So now are the remaining expression based questions. So you should know the order of operator precedence. So in the next line, 2 plus 3 into 9 divided by 4. So you can see the plus operator precedence is lower than multiplication or division, but multiplication and division precedence is same. So first 3 into 9, this operation will perform because the precedence of multiplication and division is same. So left to right associative will perform. So 3 into 9 is 27. 27 divided by 4 is integer value. Okay, so integer division, just 27 divided by 4, 6. Correct? And 6 plus 2, you will get 8. Yeah, Namai, you have any query?
Sir, in week 4 practice assignment questions.
Week 4, okay. So
it's similar to this only.
Okay, okay. And Rajkumar, you have also raised the hand. Rajkumar? Arunya?
Yes, sir. I actually have the doubt in week 3 practice PPA 3 and PPA 4.
Programming question week 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, just quickly discuss. So yeah, these type of question you can solve using this operator precedence knowledge. So just check this operation precedence knowledge, and you can also verify this using your compiler. Okay, just write one simple code and just write this type of expression. Just check what output is coming and how this output is coming when you are solving. So this is correct or not. Okay, so in this second expression also, so 1 plus 2 into 3. Okay, so this 2 into 3 will solve separately. So you can mark bracket also. Okay, so to solve this type of question, just assign the bracket. So this expression, you can simply mark the bracket. So first thing, this part. Okay, so this part is higher precedence. Similar precedence is the separate second part, and similar one is the third part. Okay, now you can solve separately in the first bracket. Okay, so 1 plus 2 into 3 is 6, minus 4 divided by 2 is 2, plus 5, this percentile is representing the remainder. So what remainder will come here? 2. Okay, now this is simple. So now this is 7. Okay, so answer will come 7 for this. And for the next question, so x equal to 7.
One doubt is this, sir.
Huh?
In the question number 7, sir, you have explained, sir, the value of finding x, sir. Sir, here minus 8 plus 6 oblique 4 minus 2 is given. Final value of x, sir.
So this expression is coming actually.
If we don't put any bracket, it will simply count, do calculation from left side, na sir?
You can do. So this is for the understanding only. If the expression is big, so it may be some place you can confuse and you can perform the wrong operation.
No, it will not do first B oblique C. Divide operation will not do first, na?
No, this is the higher precedence.
This will be done first, na sir?
Yes.
After that, from left side, the calculation will be done.
Yes. So first we will perform 6 by 4. After we will perform this plus or this minus operation from left to right. Okay, you cannot perform -8 plus 6 first. Okay, so the division operation will perform. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So next question is float one. Yeah, this one. So float, the first value is given float x equal to 7.8. Second value is int 3. So int we are getting here. Okay, so z equal to, so we are storing the result into a int variable. Okay, but we are performing this 7.8 divided by 3. So 3 actually will convert automatic into a float value for the division operation. So we are not losing anything. So this operation will perform, and we will get 2 point somethings, and this value will be converted into an integer. Okay, so because we are storing the result inside the integer variable, so that answer will come 2 only for this. Yeah, next question is this: x equal to 7, y equal to 3. Now z equal to x divided by y plus x% remainder y. Yeah, same thing. So for the first, we are getting integer divisor value. So 7 by 3, we are getting 2. And next part, we are getting remainder. Okay, so this is 1. So 2 plus 1, we are getting 3 in the z. Yeah, this type of question is tricky and important. So this AND operator and OR operators in questions. Okay. So this question actually value is given x equal to 1 and y equal to 3. So this is the pre-increment and post-increment things we have already discussed in the previous live session and lecture also. So for what we are doing before comparison. Okay, so one more thing I'll just quickly explain. Suppose one conditional statement x is written in here, and one logical operator we are using like this AND symbol. Okay, so this AND symbol and y. Suppose this x and y both are conditional expression. Okay, which is returning true or false based on the condition. If the condition is satisfied, return true, otherwise false. Okay, if we are using this AND symbol in between two conditional expression, so what is the meaning and what is the effect in the output? So AND meaning, okay, so AND symbol is actually represent like this things. If the both condition, okay, so both condition are true, we are using AND symbol, then you will get true. Okay, if one condition is true and one condition is false, total you will get false. A first condition is false, second condition is true, you will get false, and both condition is false, you will get false. Okay, that means the overall result of this conditional statement will be true only if both side condition result is true. Okay, so AND symbol means both conditions should be true, then you will get true. Otherwise, if any side the condition is false, you will get false. Okay, so what happened? Actually, suppose compiler will check the first condition first. Okay, and suppose this first condition is false. Sorry, first I'll tell you the truth thing. Okay, so suppose first condition is true, then compiler will check the second condition. Okay, to ensure that the other is true or not. So if another is true, that it will return true as an answer. Okay, suppose first condition is true, compiler will check the second expression. That means this part compiler will check, and this is false. Compiler will return total false value. But what happens if first condition is false? After checking the first part, first condition is false. So compiler will not move to the second expression and also will not check the second condition. So this part will ignored by the compiler completely. Okay, because first condition is already false. Doesn't matter what is the second condition is returning, true or false. So you will always get false due to this end condition. Okay, so second condition will not checked by the compiler. Only first condition is false. Then based on that, output will be false. Okay, so this is the thing. In that way, compiler check. Okay, so this type of question is actually asked to check this concept. So here some updation are also happening. Okay, so this due to this incrementing operation, updation are also happening. Okay, so in this question, first what we are doing, we are pre-incrementing this x. So x is initially 1. Now we are incrementing this one by one. So we will get 2. Okay, 2 equal to 2. So now this condition is true. If this is true, then second condition will execute. Okay, now this is again pre-condition plus 3. So 4 equal to 4. So both are true, then output will be true. But what happens, suppose if this this condition was 3. So suppose if the statement is written in that way. So z equal to plus x equal to 3. Okay, and plus y equal to 4. Okay, so in that case, so you are incrementing x first. Okay, so x become 2 and x become 2, and now you are comparing with 3, so not matching. So this part is false. So this second part will not execute. Okay, so this means we are incrementing here, but this will not increment. This part will not execute, so this increment will not happen. So in the previous part, finally we are getting x equal to 2, y equal to 4, or z equal to 1. Okay, because both conditions are true. But in the second case, because second expression is not executing because first is false, so you will get the result x equal to 2, but y will remain 3 because this part is not executing, not checking. So this increment is also not happening. Okay, and z equal to 0. So just remember these things. Second part in the end condition will only execute if first condition is true. First part is true. Okay, similar for the OR type of question. So OR type of question, if x or y. Okay, x are two conditional statement. Okay, so this OR is actually returned true based on the value, like if x, y, and z is the result for suppose. Okay, so z equal to the result. So if x equal to true, y equal to true, output will true. Okay, if x equal to true, y equal to false, still output will true. If first is false, second is true, output will true. If both are false, then output will false. Okay, so this is the case of OR. So now the similar type of situation of the previous question. If first condition is false, then second condition will be checked by the compiler. Okay, so this condition will be checked. If this is true, output will be true, and this is false, output will be false. Okay, but what happens if the x or y, if first condition is true, and we are using OR operator, so if first condition is true, second condition will not check. Okay, doesn't matter what is the value of y is true or false, you will always get true because the first condition is true. Okay, so the second statement will not execute and will not check, it will ignore. So only based on this first expression, we will get z equal to 1. So just keep this thing in your mind of this type of operator. Okay, so AND or operator we are using anywhere. So some question is based on this. So this pre-increment and post-increment thing. So in the 13th question, here we are incrementing after the comparison. Okay, so x value equal to 1, and 1 we are comparing with 2, so this is false, but then we are incrementing the value x equal to 2. Okay, so first condition is false for this OR operator, second condition will be checked. Okay, so we will move to the second condition. So this is pre-increment, so that means we are incrementing 3 first, then it will become 4, and 4 equal to 5, no, false. So both conditions are false, and both increment we are doing. So okay, so x become 2 and y become 4, but z become 0. Okay, so you will get the answer for this. Now this type of question. So this is simple conditional statement. If first condition and true and second condition. So question number 14. X is less than y or x equal to y. Okay. So just check in the input. If both conditions are satisfied, no, any condition are satisfied, you will get 1 in the output. Okay. So for the first answer 16 and 5. So first condition is not true. Okay, x is not less than y. X is equal to y. This is also not true. Okay, so first option is not correct. X equal to 10, y equal to 8. This is also not correct because 10 is not less than 8 and also not equal to 8. Third option 16 and 16. Yes, this is equal to. Okay, so second condition is true. So output will be 1. Fourth option 8 and 14. So 8 is smaller than 14. Yes, the first condition is true in this case. So we will not check second case. Okay, so second or we are using OR operator. So first condition is true, that means true. And the last option 7 and 27. Again, first condition is true, x is less than y. We will not check second condition. So output is 1. So answer is third, fourth, fifth option. Next is which of the following data types has the largest size? Okay, so int, float, char, double. So in the C language, actually these first three are the basic one: integer, float, and characters. And character is store only one character, float store one float value, and integer store one integer value. So these are the small variable type, and range is also small. But double is actually contain the large value in the float format. So double is the character which contains the largest size here. So just keep this thing in your mind. So these are the practice question of week 3. Now tell me which question we are talking about in week 4 or any in week 3.
Sir, PPA 3.
Week 3?
Yes, sir. Week 3, PPA 3.
Yes. What is doubt?
Yes, yes, sir. After even writing the floating decimal 0 after all the numeric values, I'm still my one private test is not passing. I don't know why.
Okay, so have you written this first line 4 divided by 3 in this format?
Yes, sir. I have written in this format only.
And the remaining part?
Remaining part also in the 22.0 divided by 7.0 and then into radius, into radius, into radius.
No, 22.0 divided by 7.0 you are using in that way, or you are using direct pi?
I am using 22.0 divided by 7.0 because we can't write, I guess.
No, you can directly use pi. Okay.
We can.
But still, yes. 0. Let me check. 7.0. Okay, you have to mark the bracket also. Okay, so one test is not passing and private test case we cannot see.
Yes, sir. This one private test is not passing.
So we are using float value here. So this is actually by the representation. If I'm using pi, let's check. Now 5 out of 5 passed. 22.0 is 7.0. Float. Okay, 1 second. If I convert it, yeah. Float. Okay, so maybe this is also due to this implicit conversion, because we are writing this 22.0 divided by 7.0. Okay, so here actually we are getting this decimal value, so we will get like 3.14 something value, but when we are writing here, so we are getting some different value. So the float part that we have to check, what has happened. Yeah, okay, we will check this internally. We will check with the test case what happening actually, and then we will discuss in the coming session. Okay.
Okay.
Other, just use this pi value here directly, because of this decimal value after the decimal point. So because of that, maybe some difference is coming.
Yes. Okay.
So we will check
And sir,
this and we will. Yeah.
one more question. Graded programming assignment 3, week 3.
Okay.
Sorry, practice assignment 2, graded programming assignment 2, not 3.
Yes.
Yes, sir. In this, they are saying just to convert the given time in seconds into hours, minutes, and seconds.
Yes.
But sir, I didn't get, if we are converting the time given in seconds into seconds, then they should be same, right?
No. Total.
I
So
didn't
here
get it.
total 220 seconds are given. Okay.
Yes.
After convert this into a first convert into hours. Okay. So
Okay.
after converting into hours, how many seconds are remaining?
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
In that way.
Yeah, we are talking about time. Okay.
Okay. So now the big four problem. Yeah, B4. Which question is asking by Namit or someone? Any issue in week 4? Someone was asking.
I think he is not present, sir.
Oh, he leave.
Sir, can you see once GRPA 4?
For which week?
Sir, week 3.
GRPA 4. Yes.
Sir, I am unable to get the logic to solve this.
So sir, first things, just create 4 variable. Okay, for float variable. In the first float variable, so this is the lowest part. Okay, so x plus 1 by x. Okay, suppose float a equal to, just assign this x plus 1 by x.
Okay.
Take another variable float b and just assign x plus 1 by a. Okay, so just replace this x plus 1 by x by a. In that way, just use 4 or 5 variable and make the expression.
Okay, sir, got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Any week 4 doubt? GRPA 1. So week 3 GRPA 1, just leave it. We are ignoring this because here the test case are incorrect. Okay, so here test case are incorrect, so we are ignoring this question for the evaluation. So just ignore this question, GRPA 1 in week 3.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Week 3 GRPA 3. I have it out in that question, sir.
This one.
GRPA 3, sir. Yeah.
This I have opened.
Yeah. Yeah, sir. I didn't get that logic actually.
Okay. So here actually 4-digit number is given. Okay. And you have to identify the each digit and then sum. Okay. So suppose this 5426, 5426. We have this input 5426. So this integer number is given. Now how you can identify the each digit from this number without using loop or anything? So you know that each input is 4-digit number. Okay, so you can simply identify by the remainder formula or simple integer divisor formula. So to get this first value, okay, so to get this first value, just divide by 100. Okay, so just suppose this is n. So n divide by 1000. Okay, suppose I am defining int first. Okay, so f1 first digit. Okay, so f1 equal to n divided by 1000. What value you will get?
5.
5. Okay, so you are getting first value. Okay, and similarly, how you can get the last value? Okay. Similarly, int f4. Okay, and n reminder this sorry, not this completely, 1 second. Reminder 10, you can say 10. What value you will get? If you divide this number by 10, you will get the remainder. Okay, so just divide by.
Get it.
No, just divide this by 10. So first value is 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and you are
remaining 3 digits.
No,
I have to divide remaining 3 digits by 10.
No, all 4 digit. All 4 digit.
Okay, sir.
So you can see you are getting 542 into 10.
5
Okay, so
into
what you are
10.
getting 5420 plus 6. So you will get 6.
Okay.
Okay, so you get 6. So in that way you are getting last digit. Now how you will get this second last digit or these things? So similar way, just divide this by 100 and check what remainder is coming.
Yeah.
In that way you will get 26. Okay, so like this so this n number, n remainder 100, and then division 10. Okay, so using this formula you will get this 100 sorry, this 526, you will get 26, and after that divide by 10, you will get 2. Correct? So in that way you can get
Okay.
F3. Now F2 is remaining. Just think about this.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, when we are dividing, wouldn't we get 5.426 when we are dividing
No,
number?
we are just storing integer variable. Okay, here we are taking integer.
Oh, okay. We are not sure.
Okay, we are performing
Yeah.
integer operations, so we will get integer output.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, so in that way you can identify all 4 digit using this type of formula. So here the value digit number is fixed 4. You can apply the 4 logic, and then after that just sum all digit and get the answer. Okay, any query in big 4? Initially someone is asking, but I think he leave. But anyway, we will discuss the big 4 problem in next 3 live sessions. You can ask again.
Sir, week 3 graded assignment.
Graded assignment.
Question number 5.
Week 3 graded assignment, question number 5. Yeah, similar type of question I have just explained.
Sir, in this 10 will be assigned to X, B, and A, or only to X?
Only to X.
Okay.
Okay. In that way, when we are writing int A, comma B, comma X equal to 10. So this X is already, we are initialized for X.
Okay.
Okay, A and B are initially empty now. Okay. Any other query? Okay, then I hope week 3 is done. We will discuss the week 4 problems in the next session, from the next session. Okay. Shall be closed? Or any query?
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir. Thank you.
Okay, if
Thank
there is
you,
no
sir.
query, then thanks everyone. Good night, everyone.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.